So hello my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijer and I am a Dragon Witch. Just went to a flea market together with my sister and she bought a lot of dolls of witches. Because that is what my sister is. My sister is a witch, but not on the same path. I am on the Dragon's Path, but I can explain a couple of things actually where she actually belongs. Her goddess is Hecate and also a connection with Tiamat. Nonetheless, we are siblings, of course. And also it doesn't come from a stranger because my great grandfather was well feared because they called him the Crow because he did magic and things like this. And actually, it's in our family to be a witch, but we all have different paths. So the thing is, inside of when I was young, when I was a child, I loved animals so much. I didn't understand why people love people because I actually never love people. I'm not a people person and I don't know how to, I work with a lot of people, 200 people, but there is a button that I just switch once I go to work. And once I get out, I release the button and it's like, oh, people, bleh, people. I'm not a people person. I had a nightmare that I was going to be married. It's a nightmare. Oh no, I don't never want that. I am married already, but not with a human. Um, when I was a child, I loved to, in my mind, to change into an animal. I loved that. I sometimes pretended to be an animal and walk on all fours and like have a tail. It was much more than a human. An animal for me is much more real, free, and innocent. Humans are not like this. And I have to be very honest. Once I was awakened by the dragon, this hatred for humans became much more hate. And that is what dragons don't. They don't hate. Dragons don't hate. They can be angry, but dragons don't hate. And that is what I want to say. Once you come closer to the dragon, the further away you go from humanity. That is why I need to charge my batteries here in the forest. Here I can do that, but because I really need that. Humans are so loud. Humans are so busy. I cannot stand them, and they are so destructive. So yeah, no, dark. I don't like it. I can hear their voices everywhere, and I don't like it. I don't like human voices, and I'm sometimes that is the reason why I wanted to be much more like animals are because and then I heard about the dragon and I immediately as a child was in love with it, with the dragon and how they look like. It's so majestic, so much more than a human. But what I saw in this story is that this knight was going to is going to slay the dragon, and I was, whoa, why would you do that? Why would you do something like this? I didn't understand that. I even as a child I couldn't even believe, for example, that people eat animals. I couldn't even understand. Oh, those animals are real animals that you are eating? Yeah, it's okay because God put them on earth because my parents were, especially my mom was Catholic. And it was, oh yeah, that's fine. And I saw, okay, it's fine. But the more that I did this, the more that it doesn't feel fine. It was like the dragon was, it's not you. You don't need to do this. And once I was awakened, it was even much worse. Really had to adjust myself to this world. I mean, like I said before, we are like lost spirits in this world. We are very much lost, and the dragon is reaching out for us from far away, from the fifth gate. That is, where are you? Well, we are here. That is what we actually are, and that is why we don't connect that well with humans. I could never, for example, form a coven or a clan from dragons because we are solitary. That is what every dragon is. Every dragon lives alone in the forest. Or on a high mountain, or just leave them alone, and they won't do anything to you. But humans, that is typically humans. Humans, they cannot leave anything alone. They always want to best nature, and that is what I hate about that. Every single time when I kneel down before my dragon altar, I do it like this because I am embarrassed for my face. I am my human face. That is the reason also why I wear a mask. I wore a mask in the beginning of my videos years ago uh, because I want to show you this, not this. Because humans, I am embarrassed to be one. I am really embarrassed for the destructions that they do. I mean, every tree that is here, to me, that is a monument. To me, that is real. That is what a goddess made. That is the body of Tiamat. Be blessed, my brothers and sisters, by the blood, and that is the rivers, and the body of Tiamat, the one that created all life. But they cut it all down just for money, and then they put a building on it, and then they worship a god that I never even heard of. I mean, Yahweh, goddess. I cannot stand their voice. But once you would be here, my brothers and sisters, I would love it. I would love it because you have a dragon soul. You are just as lost as me. We are actually brothers and sisters inside of this world, that you can say, brothers and sisters with the spirit of the dragon, that is trying to reach out for a path that is not yet been made, a path that you must create for yourself. But it's like I said, they are exhausting. You have no choice. You have to adjust yourself into this world. You have no choice. In the beginning, I mean, when I was young, I was bullied really, really to the extreme for being different, for being not like them. And I always did my best to be like them, but I always failed. The reason for this is because you are not like them. But of course, if you are different, then you can be a target. And I'm still a target. And that is also the reason why I'm a hunt saboteur now. They bullied me so much. And now they are trying to bully all of these animals into death. And I'm sure of it that these same people would do the same thing with dragons. And that is the reason why I go against them. I had a lot of hate, a lot of people that really don't like me, a lot of people that hate me, but also a lot of people that understand me. But I do this all because I I know how it is. And yeah, that is also why we could never be a clan or a coven. We cannot come together. We are a solitary path. We only have to come together with the dragons that are surrounding us. And once they are surrounding you, you have to be a dragon yourself. I'm actually very proud. In the beginning of my path, my dragon took me out of my body and showed me the fifth gate, the dragon realm. Of course, I cannot say this to people who are normal. I can say this to you, my brothers and sisters. And once I came back, I had thick fingers. Now they are so small, and you can see the veins out of it. And that was immediate after the dragon actually touched my hands, both of them, because they are both like this, like these slender hands. And I said to the dragon, is this normal? That is actually because your dragon are adjusting to your draconic self. Oh wow, these are slender. And the dragon actually, yes, slender hands. That is paws, claws. That is why I grow my fingernails a bit more to see more like the dragon. Because as a child as well, I pretended to be much more like an animal because I thought they are worth more. But once the dragon actually said this to me, and yeah, that is the first thing that the dragon actually said, that your spirit is draconic, is that yeah, your spirit is adjusting to, yeah, your no I mean your body is adjusting to your draconic spirit, and that is why it's much more slender than the rest. I was immediately like, wow. And that when people say to me, you cannot prove actually that the dragon is this, my hands are completely different than it was used to be. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very, very proud of my hands because of this. I don't have to pretend to be like sometimes like the draconic self, but that is what I recommend to you as well. When you go in front of your dragon altar and you want to talk, you want to be much more like the dragon, then don't be afraid to be much more like the dragon. Stand on all fours and just stand on all fours, stand on two legs. I don't know, but see yourself with a tail, see yourself with scales, see yourself with a large horn. It's okay to see yourself like this. Okay to see yourself as your spirit is. Your spirit is none other than draconic. So you need also to understand your spirit. Your spirit is also telling you things that you might not even know, that you might not even understand in the beginning. Everything can be so confusing, and you need to understand the confusion into this. Every puzzle piece must come together, and that is what I want to recommend to you. the more that you actually leave your human self behind to be much more like your spirit is, the more that you will understand what direction you need to go. So yeah, I do this actually a lot of times here in this forest. I sometimes do it with a mask, sometimes do it with most of the time do it without a mask, sometimes even doing it without clothes, and that is because hear me out. That is Skyclad, draconic Skyclad. Sometimes your dragon can ask you to do this without clothes, and the reason for that is because they don't want any cover over your spirit. They want to see you as you are, and as your draconic self you can understand much more who you are as well. That is also what I recommend to you. Be much more like your spirit is, like the draconic spirit. But sometimes the dragon can ask you things like this. It's very, very witchy to do something like Skycladder. That is what I recommend to you as well. Because, but I don't know, because your dragon might ask you something different. Every dragon is different, so what the dragon can ask you can also be very much more different. So yeah, I recommend very much to change into a dragon, my brothers and sisters. Don't let anyone see this. I mean, just do it by yourself, and be much and understand much more of what your spirit actually is. So yeah, once I was a child, I had no problem with this. I was very much bullied because I was so different, and I'm sure of it that a lot of us had the same thing, because as children of the dragon, like I said before, lost souls, children of Tiamat, children of Leviathan, children of Fafnir, children of Tiamat, children of, all of them, all of the dragon gods, Quetzalcoatl, children of them, they had in this world as a human being. It's not easy. It's not easy. We should pull all together on the same strings. Are very much misunderstood people because we are in the dragon circle. So, my brothers and sisters, it's very good actually to be there for each other. And like I said, my recommendation for you is to be much more like them. Be much more, feel much more like them. Feel everything, my brothers and sisters. And be blessed.